A looming eviction crisis is among the long list of side effects of the economic catastrophe unleashed by the virus. In one of the nation's most plagued cities, Jacob Soboroff is taking an up-close look.
We're on our way to the first of what the Sheriff's Department says is going to be 6 evictions they're going to attempt today. In normal times, they're doing 30,000 evictions a year in LA County alone, but that pales in comparison to what it might ultimately be. They're saying 495,000 households, that's not people, that's households, are at risk of eviction when the COVID eviction moratoriums end. We went out with half a dozen deputies led by Sergeant Richard Lutz, a 25-year veteran. You got a second to give us the scoop?
Yeah. So apparently initially we were told that the male had COVID. He took the test 2 weeks ago. So that time has expired, so that can't stop it.
The man who was living here is going to get his pets, it looks like, from the backyard. We watched as the occupants dropped off their pets to a neighbor and loaded other possessions into a car. The second and third apartments we stopped at were already vacated, which isn't unusual because the Sheriff's Department sends multiple notices in advance of the eviction, warning the occupants to leave. So it was just a matter of changing locks. The first time I've ever been on an eviction, and it feels intense even to approach one of these houses. Do we know if they're here?
Yes, they're supposed to be.
So it's the middle unit on top here.
Eviction on number 5.
Eviction on number 5. Open the door, they said.
He said he had personal problems, lost his job. He said he was waiting for this.
He said he was waiting for it?
Yeah, and a lot of people do. They'll wait till the last second. I mean, I think I probably would if I was in the same position. You know,
Right.
If you don't have anywhere to go, just stay there until we get there and then leave.
This stuff stays with you, I guess.
As you can see, you're diving right in the middle of people's lives and altering them forever.
As we waited, the resident left the apartment through a back door, and we ran into him at his car. I heard you telling the guys that you work at, or you worked at Chipotle.
Yeah, well, I used to. I was employed there. That was my last place.
And so what happened?
I quit. That's pretty much it.
And how come you weren't paying?
Well, I didn't have a job.
I gotta tell you, I'm really sorry that you're going through this.
It's okay. I've been through worse.
So you don't know where you're gonna stay literally tonight? You don't know where you're gonna stay?
No, I mean, I don't.
You think there's a chance you could end up staying in your car, or?
Probably, but oh well, like, what can I do, you know?
Next was an unexpected eviction stop, a pizzeria behind on its rent. The property manager was there to meet the officers.
This started pre-COVID. For the past 11 months, he hasn't paid $1 rent.
Another sign in the window, another lock change. Just given the times, COVID, the way the economy is going with small businesses, do you think there'll be more like this in the future?
I believe so, yes.
Now we're in a really nice neighborhood. These are really big houses, probably $1 million homes. Not exactly sure where we are headed.
We have some squatters in the house that was owned by my sister.
And so when you say squatters, these are people that moved in without permission?
Correct.
Sheriff's Department.
Those squatters had already vacated by the time we arrived, and that made 6 evictions in around 2 hours. But here in Los Angeles, the Sheriff's Department is bracing for when both federal and state moratoriums on evictions expire. You could be doing this a lot more in the not-too-distant future.
Yes, a lot more.
The Sheriff's Department reminds us they're carrying out civil enforcement pre-COVID eviction cases ordered by a judge. On the first day in office, President Biden signed an executive order extending the current eviction ban until the end of March. Well, still ahead at noon, want the taste of summer smack dab in the middle of winter. By the time you grab your flip-flops, I'll show you how you can get it.